Okay, how's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Emnix Plays Path of Exile. Metamorph League, hardcore, solo southbound. It looks like a lot of the Awakening races, it's mostly complete at this point. The first Awakening kill, or Awakener kill, has happened. Shaper kill has happened. I don't think Uber Elder has been done just yet. Other people have attempted the Awakener, but to no success from the sounds of it. And I've seen a lot of Awakener deaths. So we're currently in Act 9, and to be honest, I'm more concerned about, getting into maps and dying than at this point, actually completing the race. At the end of the day, the stretch goal is still to kill the Awakener in hardcore. Will it be on this character? I'm not sure. You know what? Let's start off by just making small goals, right? Like, let's get into maps, let's fight the Conquerors, and instead of thinking about the Awakener, maybe let's just think about Shaper. If I can get Uber Elder down, even that would be considered a success. In solo self-found hardcore, this is my first hardcore league in like years. So the way I see it, if I can get that achievement at the very least, like killing Uber Elder, I think I'd be pretty happy. So far the character's looking pretty tanky. 4300 HP, we're on a 5 link. I've been farming the Vastiri Desert as well as the foothills for like all evening, really. I wasn't streaming it just because I didn't farm with much efficiency or all that wholeheartedly. Like, I would have, YouTube playing on the side, and I'd be listening to music, so I wasn't concentrating very hard, so it was very slow. I wasn't clearing very quickly, but I was trying to farm it for the Imperial Legacy card. If you don't know what the card is, essentially you need to collect 22 of those cards, and then you would get a 6-link bow, and the attack speed isn't very good on it, but at the end of the day, I was like, a 6-link is better than the 5-link we're using, and our current bow it's 1.2 attack speed, right? So it can't get any worse than that, to be honest. So I was like, you know what? Let's just farm it up and see and get that 6-link, and then by the time we start our stream, we're gonna have a 6-link ready. But those cards have been very difficult to get. So far, I've only been able to farm 2 of them. So I think from the sounds of it, it's gonna take a lot longer. Luckily, the area is low enough where I don't need to pay too much attention, so there isn't really a chance that I'm just gonna randomly die, I think. Which is good, because it's maybe like whenever I have some off time, I can just randomly farm it. And that's what I want, like the ability to farm without thinking if I have extra time, and be able to do it without just like dying in hardcore off stream or something, right? Okay, I got another level. Let's start picking up the fortified nodes. So last episode, I think it was last episode or last 2 episodes, we ended up picking up the fortify ascendancy. So now's a good chance for me to actually buff up the fortify a bit more. Increased effect of fortify is basically what I'm looking for. After I get this wheel, I have this life node. I'm gonna come out here and then grab this, right? These fortified nodes, this wheel, and then walk over here. We're gonna get a bit more life. Walk over here, we're gonna get a bit more resistance, and we're actually gonna get more maximum resistance. So our maximum fire resistance is gonna be at 77, with everything else being at 76, which I think is it's pretty good. Let's get on Discord. I think there's some people up there.
Hey. Hello.
Hello.
Hey. Shohan,
Yeah?
I have 1 sacrifice piece for a level 100 6-link sacrificial card. Should I go buy the other? Is it good?
Why would you want it?
6-link armor.
It's probably expensive, and sacrificial garb it's like,
It's gonna be about 30 chaos.
oh, that's not too bad. But you could just get any other random 6-link, right?
He could, but sacrificial garbs are sacrificial garbs.
Like it has all 3 energy, shield, evasion, and armor. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's good because... Oh, I guess for a trickster, that's not too bad. The armor is kind of useless.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, I'm not phase act now or anything. I can still use armor.
Dude, armor is so negligible.
Yeah.
Unless you use armor specifically, it's negligible.
Yeah,
Well,
armor is terrible against big hits too.
I use a granite flask.
Sure.
Why don't you use the basalt flask?
Why do I
Yeah,
need a
basalt is probably better.
map? Yeah.
Armor, you should read the armor formula. You're gonna read it and then you're gonna realize it really sucks. Basically, whatever armor value it has, I don't know how the exact formula is, but it's like the maximum amount it can block is 10% of the armor value. So if you have 10,000 armor, I think you can only block like 1,000 damage at best.
So why do people use armor then?
Because armor's good if you stack a lot of it. It's
Actually,
okay. It's pretty good if you stack a lot of it.
I personally think the only reason it's good is because of Molten Shell.
Which does what?
You get health based upon your armor.
Yeah, you get
Last week,
effective.
my molten shell was like 10,000 health.
Yeah.
Sorry, what? Say that again?
I had like
Basically, you
10,000
get a
health off my
shield
molten shell.
that
Okay.
absorbs damage based off of armor.
Oh, and then you just crazy stack armor.
Yeah, but like, that's only if you if you don't get one shot, right?
That's
Like it hits you twice, and the first hits you for half HP,
trigger. Okay,
and then the
first it
second one.
triggers molten shell, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And your class 1 damage taken can't trigger the ball part. And if you put it on...
No, but you put it on Molten Shell.
Yeah, but your molten shell cooldown takes... That's true. Because I guess this ball is separate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's separate things.
Yeah, you can. So you can cast the Vol one whenever you had. That was like the oh shit button.
But part of why I think it might be okay for me is, as a trickster, I have this ascendancy that says on body armor, every 6 evasion is
Oh,
plus
yeah.
1. And I think it might be hard to get evasion body armor with 4 blue sockets.
No, you typically get the hybrid one, right? The Evasion ES.
That's true. Evasion, yes. I need 4 blue, 1 red, 1 green socket.
Oh, then you can even go pure blue.
What do you mean pure
Just that's just 2 off colors with an ES or.
blue? But I want an evasion on my chest.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
Oh, you
yeah,
want
so
evasion,
then you
yeah?
do Evasion ES hybrid then.
Yeah. Well, how do I get a 6 link?
I believe
You
his
just buy
presence-
one.
Wow, just
and
buy-
they're probably like 10, 12 chaos for a shitty base, or a little bit more for a better base.
And then fuse it?
No,
buy the
no,
6-link.
no, buy it as a 6-link.
I swear Alan has PTSD from fusing.
Yeah, he really doesn't want to fuse.
No, don't fuse.
But don't fuse. Yeah, he's right. Don't fuse.
Don't fuse.
Well,
Buy the link thing already, and then just like throw some crap onto it, like some essences or fossils.
He just immediately gets triggered every time we use the word.
Fusing. The worst.
How many did you end up throwing on it?
Which one? Which time? So for the
Where's that Thanos
For the-
gif? You know the one? Like, what did it cost?
Everything.
Everything.
Yeah, I've only 6-linked something myself
yes.
twice in all the time I've played.
Dude, my 6-link luck was so good last league.
Me too.
Bye.
Well, you got it through cards, right?
No, I got a 6-link by using like 6 or 8 fuses or something.
Yeah.
Every time when I get bored, I just throw currency on.
I mean it's 40
There'll be
chaos
time
to
for that
buy
soon enough.
Exile.
buy a random level, eye level 82.
6 link?
Yeah.
Oh.
Look,
I don't know.
trading cards is a pain in the ass, and I hate doing it. So, given the choice, I would rather trade once than trade how many times? 5 times? 6 times? 3 times? I mean, you can do it, but it's just like you could get higher values of ES and evasion, which you would need more, right?
Off of that?
Off of a hybrid ES evasion versus sacrificial garb, wouldn't you? The sacrificial garb have higher base values? You know what I mean? Like, you don't scale armor at all, right?
Yeah. I do not. Let's see. Evasion 395, energy 77 for sacrificial garb. For any armor.
Do any of you guys have Chateau or Conservatory? And if so, can
Man.
you just drop it in the guild stash?
I want to be on maps.
Hey man,
Stop playing Dota.
That's true. Stop playing Dota. That helps.
You made the decision to be a loner.
It's a lonely road up ahead.
You know what? So like OG Diablo.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. Is that what you were
yeah.
saying?
Yeah, or I mean, I haven't played it, but like Diablo 2, you know?
Yeah, like the single player mode.
Yeah, single player mode.
That's basically the people who requested for it, and
Or,
also
actually,
it's the people who are tired of just like looking at an item and seeing currency. I think
also,
that's what it was.
Like, who are you kidding? Like, including multiplayer, because it sucked.
Multiplayer Diablo?
Yeah.
Dude, multiplayer Diablo was fun.
Multiplayer Diablo 1 or 2?
2.
Multiplayer Diablo 2 was so much fun.
It was really fun.
Was I playing it wrong?
Probably.
Probably. You would like do like a you would party up and do boss runs? Dude, I remember that shit.
Yeah, you cow level.
And then every now and then you randomly get PvP'd by some dude.
Yeah, I was that random PvPer.
You were that random dude?
Yeah, but
the moment that happened, I'm like, ah, get back to town. I can't take them.
To be fair, I only targeted players between levels, say like 30 and 40.
Okay.
And I chased after them with my level 9 character.
Wait, what? I thought you were gonna say you had like a highly optimized low-level dueling.
I did.
Oh, you did?
I did, and it was awesome. It kicked ass with it, but then whenever I got bored, then I would chase after higher levels. And I had a collection of ears of people who were like level like 30 to, well, like 35 to 40.
Why do you have a low-level duelist?
Because to do it. Because it was hilarious to like kill people who were level 30s. Because if you came in and instantly hostile somebody who was your same level, like people would just dart to town and they wouldn't want to stay around, right? Yeah. But if you're level 9, then people look at that and laugh, and then you kill them, and then they don't laugh. Yeah, it was so good. It was so good. I was an assassin, so got this assassin all the way through hell difficulty, so picked up all of the points along the way. I had a really good claw, had my stash completely full of like poison jewel or whatever they were, trinkets or whatever.
Oh, dude, you went hard.
Oh, I went hard in the paint. And yeah, it was absolutely sick. I would just melt.
You know what? I played Diablo 2 at a point in my life where I was too young to understand what was going on. It was kind of like playing Pokemon in grade school. Like, you didn't really understand stats. You were just like catching Pokemon and not really thinking much else. So I would just like, you know, equip all the unique items and, you know, slap on some rares and hopefully you have like enough items to beat everything, and for the most part I did, but like I never really got to the end game of Diablo, you know? Because like I never understood stats and never understood builds.
Diablo Shohan?
What's that?
You know when I played Diablo Shohan?
Yeah.
It was off of your burned copy.
Oh
that blew
yeah.
up with my computer.
Oh yeah. I had a cracked CD. It was a burnt copy that I probably got from China somewhere.
Yep.
And then it spun too fast and it exploded in his CD-ROM.
My dad was so pissed.
Did it break your CD-ROM?
Yeah.
Shit.
It cracked into like 1,000 pieces. Every day.
How does that happen?
Just shrapnel everywhere.
Ooh, acceleration strike.
Oh no, I don't have a delete key on my tiny keyboard.
Why would you want to delete?
Because I want to edit my hideout.
I haven't had any tier 6 maps.
Just killed Stink.
Stink? Dude, that's
Stink,
like
stink.
that's a milestone.
Yeah.
Hey,
Stink.
did you guys see the new update GGG made on loot filters? It's really cool, actually.
Now what is it?
Where you can subscribe to a loot filter,
Yeah.
and then it'll auto update.
I subscribe to like this dude's loot filter, the
Yeah,
Go
like-
guy's loot filter, and
Yeah.
it updates. Yeah, kind of cool.
And then, like, it doesn't matter too much for PC players, because really all it does is just like makes it easier for you to update. But for console players, they never really had. There was no way to get a loot filter, right? And now they can subscribe, which is just it's sick.
Function question.
How could you play?
I don't know how you play without a
especially
loot filter.
Like, yeah, how do you play?
GGG
loot filter
uploaded
with
like default loot filters, but you couldn't actually, customize it or.
Okay. I was gonna say, like, how do you play console to begin with, and then with no loot filter?
Yeah,
console seems like
yeah.
it's subpar,
There's a
right?
default one. Yeah, dude, some viewers uploaded like gameplay on consoles. Sent it to me, and the lag was unbearable in Blight League. Like, I watched it, and literally, I'm like, this is like playing on Alan's laptop, probably. It just like lag spikes, and then you're dead. And then that's why they tried to. At one point, GGG was like, you know what? For Metamorph League, we're just gonna remove Blight altogether. And in the end, they decided against that, I think. And they ended up including Blight in consoles, but they reduced density by like a stupid amount. From what I hear, the lag on consoles is like really bad.
Have you played with Curtis yet?
Why is it
Curtis
bad?
basically-
Oh my god.
I've gotten
whether or
my
not
FPS
no
down
computers.
to 30.
Really?
Yeah.
So what about everyone else?
I'm
Not
not
My
great.
FPS goes down to like 20. It's not great.
It's not great.
This really isn't the league to play with friends, huh?
Not great.
This is totally the league to play with friends.
And we kind of need Shohan because we don't have anyone that does elemental reflect.
Oh yeah. We all died to
Oh.
Elemental Reflect.
Jimmy
You
wants
all
to
die to Elemental Reflect, I see.
No, Jimmy won't.
Yeah, Jimmy's
Why won't
totems
he
die
does?
to Elemental
Totems.
Reflect.
No, he just switched to elemental hit for his main guy.
Yeah, but
Wait.
my totem still is fine. I'm just using double elemental hit
Why?
because I don't do enough damage to piss me off.
Oh. Imperial Legacy. Dude, I've been farming all day. I only have 3 cards.
So how's that working out for you?
I don't know. I give up. I'm just gonna progress. I was gonna wait for a 6th link, but I guess I'm just gonna keep going now. Hopefully get into maps today.
You think you can beat Katala?
I have good damage. I have a 5 link.
I beat Katala over 5 link in no depths.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be a problem. And I'm really tanky. I have permanent fortify. I have 4,300 HP.
Damn. You have more HP than I do.
More HP than I do.
Of course. You show him.
It's hardcore.
Hardcore.
But as a result, you know, my freaking damage is subpar.
Right,
Which explains why I'm not getting Imperial Legacies as quickly as I thought I would, because I'm not clearing that fast. My resistances are really good. I'm at 76 all resist.
Nice.
Do you have a passive point that gives you? Or?
Yeah, there's a passive point somewhere that gives you +1 to all max. So I'm well over capped. Even if I kill Katava, I should be fine. Like, I'm ready for maps, just... Awakener has been killed, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, is it over? Did that guy win like 64,000?
8,000. First place is 8,000.
Oh.
Waggle was supposed to win it. Or I think he was really close. He was fighting it, he got really close, and he got screwed by the map.
Did he rip?
Tie 23?
He ripped, yeah.
Tie 22, no good?
Tie...
23.
I don't know if he was playing.
He ripped right at the end?
Waggle ripped with the boss having a third HP left or something. The map kept bugging out, so he had to log off like 2 or 3 times, and then he kept losing like portals. I think that tilted him a little, and then there was too much darkness, so he ran around the boss and he couldn't see the degen on the floor, and that killed him. Feel bad for him, man.
Sucks.
Yeah, and then so that was last night, and Rise, he was pretty close too, I think, but he just randomly died. I think he got tired, and in the end, oh shoot, who took it? I forgot who took it, but it was a summoner that took it.
Summoner Jimmy. Convincing Jimmy to play Summoner.
Well, Summoner, so the thing with Summoner is there's only one kind of Summoner that can take on the fight. Because, have you seen the fight yet?
No.
So the Awakener basically throws out like these giant black storms of like degen, and like there's a gravitational pull on them or something, so they follow you around. And if you have zombies or specters or anything that has AI or can think, basically they just suicide into the storm. So like any minions you have are just gonna die. So the only summoner that's viable for the Awakener is skeletons.
Boys.
Skeleton.
Or I guess in theory SRS.
Sounds like something good.
Alluring bounty.
What is that?
10 exalt orbs. The card.
Oh.
Ooh, nice.
What?
Alluring bounty?
Yeah.
It's worth like a few exalts.
So you just got one drop?
How many cards
Yeah.
do you need for one?
7. 7 for 10.
Nice.
Congrats.
That's actually, I know the card well because I've bought a bunch of them.
It's worth
Dude.
anywhere between 95 to 135. Looks like more 135 gas.
You know, for a while I was like
Hunter.
thinking about, or I was talking about it on one of my while I was on stream. I'm like, if I found a card like that in solo self-found, it's literally
That's
worth
fucking useless.
nothing. It's dead weight, which is crazy.
Stick it on a dude. Send it to
Yeah, you kill
regular.
yourself, you send it down to standard.
Yeah. Give it to Jimmy.
No, but it goes down to standard, not even Metamorph standard.
Oh.
It's not
that's-
Metamorph standard, it's regular standard.
Yeah, it just goes
Right.
out of the league. Yeah.
Oh shit. So you can't. Ah, I did not know that.
Which
I
is
thought it was
also
so bad.
why hardcore economy is like Or no, sorry. No,
Wait, how is there hardcore economy? Oh, the
non-solo self-found hardcore economy. Non-solo self-found hardcore economy is actually really good. Like, there's always good prices because stuff is leaving the game so fast. Right? Like, if you actually want to play the economy without it just disappearing after a month, hardcore is the way to go. It's like just random shit is worth money, right?
Like hardcore standard or
hardcore metamorph.
Like hardcore league, right?
Hardcore league, yeah, hardcore league.
But when it still ends, like how does it not end?
It ends 3 months later, but
it's good for the entire.
Like your value doesn't deflate over time, right?
Okay.
Because, you know, like you know how over time certain uniques they start deflating in value, and then Headhunter starts increasing because everyone has so many items and they don't know what to do.
And all we want is Headhunter.
Yeah. In hardcore, like say you have a comms chest. A week later you die with comms chest. That's one less comm chest in the economy. Now you have to go out and buy another one, right? So basically the prices of all random, like just random rares, remain stable because there's always a demand for it because so many people die.
Interesting.
Yep.
I just can't bring myself.
Because it's not a matter of if you die, it's when you die.
It's been a good day for you, Jimmy.
Yeah,
First
I got
drop.
First Exalt drop, and then I guess second Exalt drop. This is
Better
basically
than Exalt drop.
Yeah, it's a little more than Exalt.
Just a little bit more.
He'll look
Just a little more.
Cassia.
Weapon quality. Corral and transportation is essence. It's
I am
all
waiting
suck.
for my first mirror.
I just can't bring. Bye bye. I believe in traveling light.
What would you do if you
Weeks.
look? What would you do if you find a mirror in Solo South on hardcore?
If I found a mirror?
Yeah, like that's literally worthless.
Okay, what would you do if you found a mirror in
Solo
standard?
South on hardcore.
Standard. What would you do if you found
Sell
a
it.
mirror in just like standard Metamorph?
Sell it, I guess.
That's what you would do? Here's what I
Yeah.
would do. I would leave it in my stash as a trophy. So I don't
You're
think
like-
anything would change.
You're like Kev, right? I would sell it.
You
I
would
would
sell
sell
it? Dude, that's the only
Yeah.
mirror you're ever gonna get.
No. You can't think like that. That's the thought of a loser.
What do you mean? That's probably the only mirror you're gonna get. So
Wait,
No, man. I agree with Jimmy.
What's the average? Like one mirror for every like 5,000 hours of playtime?
maybe 5,000 players.
No. Like isn't there a math? Like one mirror for every 5,000
Maybe,
hours
I don't
of
know.
playtime or something like that. Yeah. So I mean, oh god, I forgot about this. Oh
Look,
my
I've been
God.
playing for a long time and I still haven't gotten a mirror. So
Well, you never got a headhunter either.
Yeah, you never got a headhunter either.
that's true. It's true.
Depends on how you play.
Depends on how I play. But look, if I had a headhunter, I would also put it somewhere as a display.
I mean, I still have it. It's on
Right?
display.
Like if I found a headhunter, I'm not gonna go sell it and make another build.
Well,
I'm gonna
no,
keep it.
But headhunters are actually useful.
Well, I guess. At the end of the day, standard is where you just put all your trash items for display purposes. And that standard display, the trophy display, it's missing a mirror. Okay? It's got everything else. No mirrors though.
I don't even have mirror shards. Like, it's not even just mirrors.
Well, mirror shards are really rare too.
Well,
yeah, I know. But
And not any less rare than mirrors. Well, they're marginally, but not a whole lot.
I totally forgot how hard whatchamacallit is.
What?
Fucking no, what's her name? God. Atsiri.
Oh, you doing a Siri?
Yeah, I'm on the second set of bosses and I'm just kiting them with totems and I'm like, this is way too much work. Before I just used one toxic rain and everybody dies.
And they hurt a lot too. You just never probably realized.
Yeah, they do a lot of damage. Back in my day.
Yes. Be careful.
I used to just run into everything in the middle and then just toxic rain it.
Oh, the good old days.
Yeah, back in my day.
Good day. Good day.
It is ridiculous how hard this is. Oh, no deaths yet.
Same here.
That was good. You know how many deaths I have, Sean?
I don't want to know.
Triple digits.
Are you serious? I was gonna guess double digits.
Oh no, we all have double digits. I'm triple. I'm in the
Crazy.
lead.
Yeah.
But you know what's the crazy thing? If you really didn't want to die, like, you wouldn't.
You play safer too. Like it's
Yeah,
not the
yeah,
same.
that's true. I mean, like I was like throwing my body at speed.
That's
yeah,
true.
like my first 10 deaths, I was throwing my body at it because I was too lazy to roll a pot that doesn't have bleeding. Alright, that reboots bleeding. So I was just like, yeah, fuck it, I'm not doing it.
You know what I haven't done yet? Or I've done it once or twice. If it looks like I'm not killing it, I'll like just run away.
Yo, have you ever logged
Yeah, I
out?
don't do that.
No.
Oh,
The
if
one
you
time where I
consider
should have logged out, I died.
that- do you consider logging out cheating?
No,
That's what everyone does.
I would log out. I wouldn't get a macro because I think you're more likely to just fuck that up. And I don't want it to be a crutch, you know? Like, oh, I could always log out and then you play less carefully. I feel like though, if I had the only case where I would consider a logout macro is in delves. Because sometimes in the delves you're just like
It's too rippy.
you're like in the dark, you're like surrounded by stuff, you're out of mana for some reason, you're like clicking all over the place, but you can't move because you're body
Are
blocked.
you even gonna delve?
Yeah, I am, but I don't know how. There is a reward, or there is deepest delve race.
Yep.
I don't know if I'm gonna participate. I think I need delves just for fossils and stuff, or for currency in maps.
No, but you can
Get
get
a
it from Metamorphs.
Yeah, I suppose.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's less. It's obviously less
I
than
don't know
five.
if Metamorphs are any better.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
is true.
Metamorphs are pretty. I would argue Metamorphs are more scary because you can get one-shotted. Delves, you can see your death coming, right? Unless you get deep enough.
No, delves. I panic in delves.
Yeah, exactly. In the darkness, when you start panicking,
Well,
that's when I
it
would
depends.
consider a
You
macro.
gonna go on side delves or you just go on the main path? Right? Big difference there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I panic click in delves so bad.
Me too.
Oh, dude, that's the one death I don't want. Where you're just like in a corner somewhere, like, you're like clicking everywhere, nothing's
like-
working.
You're like, I want to click a flare.
You can't fight it. You hit the dynamite. You turned off
You're
your
like, what?
auras, right?
Exactly.
You're like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Just hit everything all at once.
So that's the worst case scenario. That other death I had, like I deserved it. After rewatching everything, I'm like, dude, I deserved that. Twice I should have logged out or just ran away, but I tried to man up because I didn't want to waste time. And like there was no way I was killing him either, you know.
Oh my god. I legitimately forgot how hard.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm
so-
using a lot of though? Did you guys watch the PoE trailers or whenever they do a trailer? Like the PoE
Yep.
2 trailer as an example.
Yep.
When they were doing the gameplay, I think it was Rory playing, right? Anyways, whoever was who was playing, he dashed around a lot to try and dodge attacks. And I was like, oh, that's just them trying to show off, like, look, you can do this like Dark Soulsy stuff, you know, to avoid getting hit, but really you can just, normally everyone just face tanks it, right? But
Yeah.
I've been using dash religiously.
Me too.
Just this league though, like last league I didn't do that.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. Oh my god, I can't do it serious.
But we told you, dude.
It's not the reflect. She's just hitting me like so much harder.
Yeah, our gear is shit.
Yeah, that too. But
So Aziri was done day 1. Day 1 or day 2 in hardcore. Because there was a reward for, or there was a prize for first Aziri kill, first Shaper kill, like first, all the bosses basically.
What's
And
the prize?
Aziri was like the first boss killed.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What's the prize?
Couple hundred?
$500 something?
I believe in traveling.
$500 in a day seems pretty good. A day of playing video games.
Yeah, you gotta specify that. A day of playing video games.
Yeah, I was
gonna
Otherwise, we
say.
find anyways.
A day of playing
Oh,
video
yeah.
games. Obviously, you know,
Yo,
certain professions would make more,
12 hours, man. Like
but
some people make $1,300 a day. No.
yeah, but they have to do stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Depends.
That's true. Some people make $1,300 a day just sitting on their asses.
Oh god.
Man, my Herald of Agony keeps getting stuck on like ledges. That actually really sucks. I need convocation. Hey, have you guys watched the movie Parasite?
No. What is it about?
Netflix?
The anime, right?
No, it's a Korean movie.
But it's based on the anime.
No.
Right.
No, it has nothing to do with the anime.
Stack deck.
Stack deck?
I swear, like there's like a, it's like a cult. When you see a stack deck, everybody just feels
Stack deck! Stack
Stack
deck!
deck? Totally.
If you haven't seen the movie, I recommend it. It's one of those movies where you don't want to spoil yourself. It's a Korean movie. It has subtitles. Apparently it's in line for best foreign film for Oscars.
Oh wow. What's it about?
No spoilers. It's about a poor Korean family.
Oh, like I guess what kind of movie is it? Drama, comedy, horror?
Or is even that spoilers?
How could that possibly be spoilers?
Comedy thriller?
Comedy thriller.
It
Comedy
starts
thriller.
off as a comedy and then turns into a thriller.
Kind of like Get Out?
Kind of like...
Comedy thriller. Interesting.
I recommend it. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. I don't want to spoil it. I spoiled it for myself because I thought it was a horror movie and I wikied it, and that was the worst decision I could have made.
Why would you wiki horror movie?
See how scary it is.
Yeah, you see how scary it is. I hate it.
I totally get that.
Oh god. Okay, I have 2 portals left. She has like about
Do
10
it.
XP,
Do
10%
it, Jimmy.
XP.
I believe in you.
It's just that when she splits. Oh my god, nope. About to waste the portal. Nope, never mind.
But here's how I would describe it. It's one of those movies where after you watch it, you're like, wait, what the it's very obvious what the fuck just happened. But then you end up online Googling like
what the fuck?
what the fuck just happened. You know, like Inception? Like after watching it, you go home and you start Googling shit.
I hear you.
It's one of those.
Oh, nope, there goes all my portals.
And it's like
Peter?
a lot of metaphors, a lot of symbolism.
I believe in traveling light.
Did you beat her?
No, I didn't. I died.
Were you close?
10%. I can't.
That's
this
very
split,
close.
This split kills me.
Because of Reflect?
No, too many things on the ground. And I run out of pots.
Did you switch it for like some kind of single target?
No, it has nothing to do with the reflect. The things on the ground immediately kills my totem, so I don't do any damage. They pop my totem. This build was already, I'm already experiencing
I
it.
believe in
Like,
traveling light.
my totems are not gonna last.
Um,
Fucking guy.
try one-shotting her.
Well, that's literally what the guy says. Like, 14 million HP, one-shot shaper. Or 14 million damage, one-shot shaper. That's
Is
like
that
their
basically how you look at builds? You just go on the forums and look for the highest damage that has a cool skill, and you're just like,
Yeah.
this one. Because every time you quote me a build, you always quote a DPS number, and I'm like,
Yeah, I don't care for anything else. Why does everything else?
first of all, those numbers probably aren't even accurate.
No, it's not.
You gotta look at some of the videos to see what they're doing. Sometimes they inflate
Yeah.
false ticks like assassins. There's a good, reliable way of getting something. Where
Yeah, man, those build guides, man, I feel like they're
sometimes
what's the
they try
term?
to trick you.
They're honey dicking you.
Honey dicking?
Honey dick.
You mean honey badger?
Honey dick.
Dude,
Yeah.
I've never seen a girl honey dick.
It's like getting honey dicked.
Or a guy. Well, I've never seen a guy honey. I've heard of honey badger.
I think it's called honey badger.
Yeah,
It's a honey dick.
There's
Honey
no
dick.
dick.
It's like you got baited by the honey dick, and then just turns out it's a dick. You see the honey, turns out there was a dick.
Is that like a transvestite?
I don't know where it came from, but
Banglock. Bang. Lock.
Oh no,
Honey
honey
dick.
pot. Honey pot.
No,
Honey pot?
hey, no, it's honeypot, but I
Honey
like
pot is the,
honey dick.
Yeah,
Honey dick.
That's
Honey
the
dick.
spy term,
Honey
right?
dick.
The honey pot.
hello,
Honey
Emnix
dick.
Place in chat. Hope everyone's doing well. Hey Tsubasa, how's it going, man? Lurking is fine, no worries.
It's not fine. I want to know.
Alright, now I need to Google it. Oh my god.
What? Google what?
It's honey pot.
Honey dick.
It's
Honey
totally
pot. It's the honey pot. It's the honey pot. Honey
But
dick.
I like
I'm
honey
worried
dick.
about what I'm gonna get in Google Images, you know?
I also would not recommend Google.
Okay, never mind.
Definitely
Maybe
Google.
it's not a good idea.
It's the honey pot, man.
I know it's the honeypot, but I swear to God,
No, it's not a thing.
people
But
have used the
please,
term before.
Maybe, yeah.
I don't know what kind of people you hang out with, but
I've
Shohan's,
what I will say is I've heard it recently.
Shohan's
What?
friend is like, I had just honey dicked this guy.
I got
so
fucking
bad."
honey dicked.
maybe this person was just really excited and said the wrong.
Yo, I'm like wait, what the fuck? I basically found the same ring. Cause I was like comparing the two and I'm like, these are like the same stats, dude. Hold on, let me link them.
You can't. Can you?
Guild.
Guild chat.
Oh.
I copied over to replace it. I'm like, wait, it's the same thing. The numbers aren't changing. I'm like, oh wait, they are. Very slightly.
Oh, that's pretty close.
No, but
It's close.
Basically same thing.
Same.
Same, but different.
I just got my second watchstone.
Oh, congrats.
Nice.
I don't have a single
both
watch.
red.
Where are you getting this?
You're not following the quest line.
I don't have the map.
As long as you do any of the maps in that area.
Yeah, so do you have any that has turned color?
No.
So any of your areas turn color?
No.
No?
Are they supposed
Have
to?
you been
turn
doing
color?
level tier 3s?
Oh wait,
man.
you mean like a slightly red color?
Yes.
Yes, they have.
Okay,
yes.
so go find things in that area,
Like any map in that area?
any map in that area, and you
Okay.
just have to run 3 maps in the area.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need you
Different
guys to explain that to me later.
Yeah, this doesn't make any sense.
Basically, you know, like, do you have this thing that says explore this area to find this guy?
Oh, basically just follow the quest line, except Jimmy didn't do that.
exactly.
Jimmy didn't read.
Okay, I thought there was like some complicated process that you're supposed to find outside of the game.
It's pretty
Although
complicated.
I gotta say, I don't quite understand how you use the watchstones.
You put them in slots.
Isn't there a bug
but
where
I'm
if you
not-
put
not
2
getting it.
watchstones into the same slot, it just like kills itself?
No, I put 2 in the same.
Oh, okay, maybe I was
No,
mistaken.
there's a bug where you get 2 veil areas in the place, and then you get stuck in the veil area.
There used to be a bug where you can, what was it? Anoint organs? And then it literally crashes your instance, so you can't go to your hideout anymore. And I guess some dude did it in solo Southbound Hardcore, and he was out of the race because he couldn't get back into the game. I think that's been fixed. If it's not been fixed, I saw it on GGG's priority list of things to fix. Oh, dude, I have 4,500 HP.
The guild staff is now officially fully filled.
Dude, this is gonna be great. By the time I come to standard, I'm gonna be Alan. I'm gonna be fed like Alan was fed.
I think I'm gonna be starting over soon.
Are you?
Seriously?
Yeah.
What build are you thinking of?
Whatever the summoner, I guess.
So you don't get curious, like you don't play something, you find some items, and then you're like, I wonder how this will interact with whatever. You don't do that. You just kind of look online for a build.
Okay,
That was
my
me last time.
only goal is to steamroll the game. I am currently not steamrolling the game. There's a problem.
That
You
was
know-
me last.
You know, you can only steamroll the game so many times before it gets kind of, you know,
I
boring.
found the
Boring?
Diamond Snipe, and I'm like, I want to try this build out. I think me and you are like PoE players. Jimmy.
Yeah,
is
Jimmy
Chinese farmer.
doesn't want to play PoE, to be honest.
Chinese
Yeah,
farmer.
me just
I think he
wants
wants to play Dynasty Warriors.
He just wants the honey dick all day. That's all Jimmy wants to do.
What's the point
can't
of
honey
the whole,
dick,
the
then
whole
what's the
point is
point?
to get the best item and steamroll the game.
True, but with like different builds
Yeah, I
and
tried
interesting
a different build.
builds. You
and I
know,
was
like
punished
taking
for
a
it.
trash build and potentially turning it into a gem,
Yeah,
and then
and
and then steamrolling the game.
so I tried something new this, and I was punished for it.
It did not work. Well, that's because you got honey dicked.
You wanted to honey dick, but in the end, it was you who was honey dicked.
I don't even know what it means anymore.
I don't think anyone knows what it means. It's not a thing.
It's totally a thing.
It's a thing if you make it a thing, Jimmy.
Area contains 2 unique bosses.
Oh, that is my favorite mod this league.
Oh, for the pieces.
Oh yeah, because each of them will give you a different body part.
That's
Hey,
interesting.
Yeah, so you can
Joanne,
spec-
is Gustav one of your? Oh, this guy. Why are you drinking me around? I just left my. Oh, an asshole.
What's that?
Another Castia.
Someone wanted to buy 4 of my catalysts, and when I leave to try to sell them, it disappeared.
Oh,
Cool.
almost
I
died.
just unlocked. Jimmy, you're
Yeah?
gonna potentially do summoner, right?
Yeah.
You want to come for this recipe, Animate Guardian?
I just started a Castia.
Okay.
No.
to Ash. To Ash.
To
There's a recipe-
Ash, to Ash,
There's a recipe for Animate Guardian?
to
think-
Ash.
I think it's the one where your Animate Guardian does drop the items on death.
Doesn't drop item on death?
Doesn't drop the chest piece on death.
Oh.
Doesn't drop something on death.
And the unrighteous will turn to Ash, to Ash.
I don't know what you were talking about, Jimmy, about the Reign of Chaos not being common.
It's pretty common.
It's super
it?
common. Yeah, I've got
Reign
like,
of Chaos is so common.
I just turned one in.
that's your loot filter. Honey dicking you.
I think this game is absolutely honey picking you.
We're gonna make it a thing, Shohan.
Dude, we're gonna make it a thing. What do you mean we're gonna make it a thing? It's already a thing. Shut up, guys.
What? Yeah, Cassian's boots are still garbage though. Superior Crucial hit support. Superior vault point.
Hello.
Cool. Dusty charts.
That's it drops maps.
Yep. So I put in my watchstones on a bunch of different places. I still haven't gotten any advanced tier drops. Like, what is going on? How does this work?
Okay, I googled it. What's honey dick? A joke from the recently released comedy movie The Interview. In the movie, the main character uses the term as a male version of honeypot. It's a phrase from The Interview to seduce a person and use them for your personal agenda. Coined in the movie The Interview. Oh, is that where it was from?
The James Franco movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. Same, but different. But still the same.
I didn't realize the honeypot was gender specific.
Blessings.
Well, honey dick is.
Oh my god. The lack of damage in this build is offensive.
I felt it just now. I think I'm starting to lose damage too. I actually do better against Metamorphs than against single bosses.
What? How does that even... That doesn't make any sense.
Because I need to stack poison, and the more poison stacks I inflict, in general, not on the enemy, right? Not on a boss, but the more times I poison, the stronger my Herald of Agony gets. And with a single target, when I'm doing an AoE skill, it doesn't poison as many times. Versus when everyone's getting hit, they all get poisoned at once, and all of a sudden they get like 20 stacks of poison and a lot of damage. So the Metamorph would sometimes spawn ads, right? And I would just like run around until ads get spawned, and then I kill them.
I thought it always spawns ads.
Bosses don't, though. You know?
Bosses is by time. I think Metamorphs like phases.
Salam.
Yeah.
Not all bosses spawn ads though.
Not all bosses spawn ads, and I just fought a boss who did not, and it was painful. In fact, I almost died, so...
Hello.
I fought
Yeah,
a boss that ran away. It was
That's
actually
lame.
quite annoying.
What?
I think it was
A
the
boss that ran away?
I think it was the Watiki Strand one. It's the one that over time it gets darker.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
Final boss was
I
like
hate
running
that one.
away.
I hate that one so
annoying.
much.
And the worst thing is, he had
He has proximity shield.
He's running away from you with proximity shield.
I remember that. And as he's running away, he's casting Ice Nova, so if you're a character
Yeah.
that tries to get close to him, and you don't
Yeah.
have like anti-freeze pots, you get slowed, and then you can't get into his proximity shield anyways. That's an awful, awful boss. That must have been a user-created map just to troll people.
I think it was.
It's gotta be.
You know, Jimmy, another option is a Flicker Strike. That's always a good build.
Oh
No,
yeah,
that's
go Flicker Strike. You know that was
that's-
Jimmy's first ever build?
No,
You already
Frostblade.
played it?
No. No. Flicker Strike was your first ever build. Before Frostblades. 2013. I remember this shit.
What?
Yeah. Okay, so back in the day, I had a PoE. I bought a PoE closed beta code, right? Like, this was when you need to pay $10 to play PoE.
Okay.
So I had a $10 code, and I was watching a Twitch stream, and somebody was giving out codes, and I got another one. So Jimmy and I were playing Diablo 3 at the time.
Oh, yeah.
So I gave him one of my codes. And we were playing PoE, me, you, and Kevin. And you played a Shadow Assassin that used Flicker Strike. But obviously, you know, everybody's first time playing PoE, they go damage, especially you, right? You went damage and you didn't do anything for survivability. And this was back in the day where everything was really hard too. So you would Flicker Strike into them and then die. That was your first ever build. And then, I don't know what happened. You Flicker Striked so hard, and obviously the game was very buggy, that you got like graphics card disco. Yeah, you got disco ball. Basically glitched the hell out. And after that, for the next maybe 4 years, you complained about PoE having shitty graphics, and you can't play games with shitty graphics, and you never touched this game again. And then you forgot about it, and then it got you back. You got honey dicked.
I remember the disco ball. Like, the first time I was like, oh, I feel graphics.
Cool wins.
So it happened in the summer. I started overheating. And these are like OG like graphics. Like you know, when it overheats,
Eyes sharp.
it's a problem. I'm like, is my fan's broken? Like, I was actually thought it was like a hardware, and then I realized the game is just bugged.
Yeah, that was the last night you played PoE after it bugged out. And then you never played again for 4 years.
Oh my god.
4 years? 5 years? Wait, it's 2019. 6 years. I'm pretty sure you forgot about it, based on the fact that you don't remember your first character.
I still have the witch. I remember the witch.
You had a witch?
I had a summoning the skull thing. Summon.
Oh, that was
something-
from Synthesis League.
Oh, maybe that's what it was. There's definitely no assassin. Maybe I deleted him. Maybe I was so angry I deleted him.
No, you created a new account here.
Oh, did I?
You were on one of
this
my accounts. Because I had 2 accounts.
Why was I on your account?
Because I won a key, right? So I created an account. Like a secondary account, and it gave you the user ID and password.
Hmm.
So that's why you probably don't even have the character anymore.
Oh, fuck.
But I thought it was funny because we all had garbage characters. The most successful first character, like legitimately first character anyone's had, was probably Curtis.
That's what?
Your first character was pretty strong. Like, he got into maps. Unfortunately, you played a pure evasion character. Do you remember the Ranger?
Oh, that ranger. Yeah.
And I'm saying unfortunately because that was at a point in time where Roa charges were not evadable. I don't know why. There were a lot of unevadable attacks. So anybody who played evasion, if they get even like, if someone even like
that's a Roa
scratches them, yeah, you know, he just like sideswipes you. You're like, I guess I'm dying.
Yeah.
So like
the
sometimes,
Roas.
and then
the
there was
Roas.
desync back then too, right? Like
So
the
much
game would
desync.
desync.
Yep.
So Curtis would think he's safe, and then a Roa would be charging, and he like sidesteps it, rubber bands back into it, and then he would die. And like, what's funny is because is the fact that these Roa charges, they're like coming from a whole screen away. You can see it coming, like it's in slow motion, okay? So you just like walk away, and then he dies anyways.
Get swing back.
But if it wasn't for that, I remember because for a few days it was working very well, and Curtis was like, "Yo, I have like so much evasion, nothing hits me," which was true. He would just stand there, and he'd be like surrounded by mobs, and nothing would hit him. But then sometimes he would stand there, and a random Roa. It's not even like a yellow Roa; it was white. You like one shot
It
him.
would be it would be White Roas. It was that. Yeah.
I think Curtis had the most successful first character. My first character didn't even make it out of the story. I tried to make a whirling blade character. That was mine.
Yeah.
Were there guides back then, or were you guys all just doing your own?
We were stupid.
We did not. Okay, so there's still remnants of OG
I still
PoE.
have that character.
You do?
I have like maps of the maze suffix on them.
Oh, okay. Well, I still have the name. I still have the Emnix name, but I've lost the character.
Okay.
Or I must have
it's really
deleted it or
shitty.
something.
Like, the highest level I got up to, and this was like endgame, was like level 74 or something like that, and I was really happy to have gotten into the 70s.
Yeah, me too, actually. I was like 70, that's really good. But that was back in the day where, there weren't... 76 was the highest tiered map.
Yeah.
75? 76? Right? So there weren't level 86 maps either. It was hard to level in the first place. Jewel Moss Heart? Wait, what the fuck is this? Oh, never mind. Jewel Moss, okay. Like I was saying, there's still remnants of the old school PoE attitude. Like this guide thing, it's like new age, Zoomer line of thought. Basically, if you go on Reddit and you go, hey, I'm a new player, I have no idea how to play this game. Does anyone have any tips? Right? You just go on Reddit and you just post one of those.
Okay.
I would say 40% of people are gonna be like, so what I recommend is just get into the game, make a character, it's gonna suck. Like, probably one of the top 3 upvoted responses will be that. And that's like the old school line of thought. Yeah, just like fuck around, you're gonna need to learn the game, it's gonna suck, make sure you get lots of life. And like the new age way of explaining the game would be like, go online, find a guide, follow it. That's gonna be your new character. You're not gonna understand it, but that's fine. It's gonna work out well. You could, if you wanted to, make your own character, but it's gonna suck. You're gonna die a lot. You're probably gonna need to reroll. But back in the day, everybody would be like, you know what? Just make a new character because that's what the game is about. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
try
do
it
it.
out.
Just try it. No guides. Nobody recommended a guide back then.
But why? Why not just make a character that?
Because the community back then was all like really hardcore players that were more interested in theory crafting than, blowing shit up.
So
Yep.
out of us though, only you and Curtis theory crafts and make your own characters. Right?
Well, even for me, I go on PoE Ninja a lot. I don't purely go off of my own.
Yeah.
You
I was
know.
telling them the same thing. It's like you can't go off your own thing completely. You go and get inspiration, and then you.
Yeah, I think PoE Ninja is a super underutilized resource because it's like guides, but it's the guides for like the most successful players out there, right? Like the top 500 players, how are they playing the game? And then you use that to draw inspiration. And the game changes so much that by the time you're like following the guide, it's already outdated, There's like more stuff for you to discover. One person in hardcore, Solo Self found, it's really interesting. He's stacking. So there are these new mods. Chance to evade elemental status effects. Chance to evade status effects, and he's stacking 100% chance to evade status effects. No bleed, no shock, no ignite. All of that stuff.
Okay.
Apparently it's really strong. But it's stuff like that. Like no guide's gonna tell you that. That's the kind of stuff that you kind of just need to play around and figure out. And I would say back in the day, maybe less so. At least there's not as many people. Back in the day, everybody was just trying to figure out like these wacky interactions. And this was when like nobody knew enough about the game anyways to actually make up proper
cool
guide.
amulet, but it's not worth anything. Sacrificial heart amulet.
There's no vault discharge, right? Because that'd be cool.
Why would you cast Blink Arrow when damage is taken?
You can't. Oh wait, you can't. Blink arrow isn't a spell.
Oh, I guess it's just linked together because it's there. Alright, there's a level 70 something dude.
Playing elemental hit totems.
Yeah.
And?
Sorry, level 90 something dude playing elemental hit totems, and every totem for every hit hits for 70,000 damage.
Damn.
That seems pretty good. Wait, do you have the close combat jewels, or whatever they're called?
No, he's not. He's not doing it. He's playing pure elemental hit, like actual
all three elements.
All three elements. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Huh?
with,
I know. That's what I said.
with elemental equilibrium.
Okay. Interesting.
Most elemental hits focus around the combat jewel, where you only do one element. You
Yeah.
stack that up.
I mean, it opens up more options, right? Like there's easier, or not more options, but it's easier to scale because you don't need to focus on all three.
I feel like Jimmy's about to re-roll.
Jimmy, you know what I recommend? You remove that ballista. You add mines. Can you please try it? I just want to see how it looks.
I'm gonna copy this guy's build for a bit.
So what is he doing so differently that, you know?
He just has better gear. No, he also doesn't use a frost burn.
A what?
Frost burn. The helm.
Elemental hit is one of those, like, does this scale off of the level of the gem? I'm pretty sure it scales more off of the...
No, it scales out the level.
Is it the level?
Pretty sure it is.
So you're just trying to get as high level as you can? +3 bow and power, is that how it works?
Yeah.
No, that's not what he did.
Or does he have just like a really strong bow?
Those are how the guides work. It.
The guy's garbage. The one that I'm following is like, do what you want.
I'm not talking about the do what you want one. There's a elemental hit ranger, not total one, off of like PoE vaults. That was pretty well upvoted.
Yeah, someone hook me up with a Chateau map
Are there any streamers playing elemental hit?
or conservatory.
What level? What tier?
It's a tier 5. Well, it's a tier 4 and a tier 5 for me. Mean sphere. Chateau and conservatory.
I don't have Chateau.
One, two, three, four.
Conservatory is not tier 5.
It's a tier 4.
Have you guys been watching
Don't
any
have
new
to
TV
serve
shows these days?
Yeah.
Is there anything good?
Yep.
Watchmen?
Is that on Netflix? It's not, right?
No, it's on HBO. Or download it.
Okay. Is it basically The Boys on...
No. Not even close.
No?
But it's very good.
The Good
It's,
Place. Do you watch The Good Place?
The Good Place is good. I like it.
Yeah. Mr. Robot.
I have not watched that. That's on,
I kind of gave up on it. Is it still ongoing?
Yeah, it just the new season is going right now.
Is that the one on Amazon
We
Prime?
just then. No, it's on USA.
Oh,
Hey, Jimmy,
Yeah.
do you have a bunch of boots and armor pieces for Chaos Rescue? What's your extra? What do you have extra?
Everything.
No, like what do you have more of than others?
I have like 6 armor, 6 boots, like 6 belts. I'm only missing rings. I'm always.
Did you guys subscribe to? Wait, do you guys subscribe to services?
Yeah.
Did you subscribe to Disney Plus?
No.
Practice makes perfect.
I don't imagine I'm watching.
Okay. Do you subscribe to HBO?
Yes.
How many services do you subscribe to?
1, 2.
Or like, I guess streaming services, you know, Netflix, HBO.
Oh, just for TV and music.
just for watching, yeah.
Spotify. Well, HBO comes with my TVs. Does that count?
Oh, okay. Well, if it comes with your TV, it's like you just get it. You can't cancel it. That wouldn't make
No,
sense,
I can't.
right?
But like, so Rogers puts all of their channels on, so I could like just watch TV.
Wait. So I
Online.
have Rogers too. How do you get HBO?
Do you have Ignite?
Yeah.
Do you have? Well, I'm paying for a package, but on Ignite TV you can watch all of your TV shows on DVR, and it has like a on-demand kind of thing on TV for random TV shows and movies.
Okay.
You can watch it live. You can DVR show.
Yeah, like any place. Is that the thing? Anywhere, any
Yeah,
place TV?
yeah. But it's called Ignite now, I think.
Oh, okay. I mean, I use it to watch like basketball or something.
Sure, but I used to watch HBO. I just
So that means you have the channel on Rogers.
I have the channel, yeah. It's
Oh.
the Crave package.
Oh, okay, okay. You have the Crave package. I get it now. So you subscribe to Crave, basically.
I don't have Crave, the web portal Crave. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
I
okay.
have Crave from TV Crave.
So Dawn and Wendy have a new subscription model, basically. And what they do is, if they want to watch a show, they basically subscribe to everything. But what they'll do is they'll subscribe and they'll immediately cancel.
It's so expensive.
And no. Subscribe and immediately cancel. And for that month, they would have HBO. And then the next month, they have Hulu. And then the next month, they have, you know...
But can you go
That's
back to
useful.
HBO?
Well, so these subscription models lets you subscribe and cancel whenever.
Yep.
So whenever they want to watch a different show, they would just resubscribe a couple months later. You know, like they would wait for the show to finish. Or for Game of Thrones, you know, they did a 1 month HBO subscription or Crave or whatever it was.
Why don't you just download it?
Well, that's what I'm wondering. I'm like, dude, at this point, it's such a
So
hassle.
much work.
I would just
Yeah.
download it. You know, like there was a point where I was entirely happy with just going pure Netflix. I'm like, if it doesn't exist on Netflix, it probably doesn't exist anywhere
whatever.
else. Whatever, I'll just not watch it. But now it's like all of these shows, you know, I want to watch, but they're not on Netflix. They're on some other subscription service, and like you add up all these subscription services, it's gonna come out to like over $100. You know?
I pay like 40.
That's still a lot.
That's a lot. But I pay for Swift. Swift is a lot. Swift is half of it already.
Oh, okay.
It's my cycling.
But there are some that you don't have. Like, do you have Amazon Prime? You do, right?
I do, but I paid like $20 a year because I have my university.
Oh, you still have that. So there's Amazon
never
Prime, and then there's like HBO. There's Disney Plus if you have
No,
kids, or if
fuck
you like Marvel, or you like Disney in general. You know, or those new shows for Phase 4.
Don't care. I figured if they're good, I'll just download.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, people are going back to resorting to just downloading.
Yeah, you know why? Because the streaming service got greedy, and the reason why I stopped downloading. Because look, I'm willing to pay $9 for convenience, right? Or like
Yeah.
20 or whatever it was, not Netflix. when it first started, and now like people are pulling shows off Netflix and starting their own streaming service. And what's the difference between that and like paying for a TV channel?
Exactly.
You know? Like paying $10 for a freaking channel.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm pretty annoyed.
Yeah,
I set up
I'm
Sonar
back
and
to
Plex on my new computer, and have a bunch of things to just like automatically do its thing.
Well, sorry, what was that?
I said on my new computer, I set up Plex,
Oh, okay.
and yeah, it works out.
Like, honestly, like people will pay for convenience. I just don't understand what's with this.
Well, they all saw it, and it's like a, I don't know, golden goose type of scenario.
Yeah, but you can also just keep raising the price, you know?
You know what we all need in our lives?
No, I mean it's golden goose in the sense that like everybody saw that Netflix was making money, and then they were saying it's like, oh, it's like we wanna make some of that money, right?
Oh, well, a lot of analysts say that Netflix is on a death spiral. So people take shows off Netflix. Netflix has to make more original content. To make original content, they need to make more money. To make more money, they need to charge more for subscription. And then the higher the subscription, more people will leave. And as people leave, they're going to charge more money for subscription, and it goes on and on until it dies.
Remember.
But isn't that the same with like all the other streaming services?
No, the other streaming services have old school ways of making money, right? Because they're actual TV channels.
Oh, that's
or,
true.
movie
They
studios
produce
and stuff.
original content anyways, is what you're saying,
Yeah.
right? Whereas Netflix, the original
Yeah.
content is a result of.
They have to react to the market, right? But some of their original content is really good. Like I think BoJack Horseman is probably the best
Phenomenal.
animated TV shows I've ever seen. It's very deep. Like I think it's hilarious, and it's like dark.
It's great.
It's so good.
I will
It's
agree
got
with you
great
on that.
reviews everywhere, and
All right, boys, I'm done.
All right.
Good night.
Hey. Yeah, BoJack's brilliant.
Yeah, it's genuinely like a brilliant show. I'm very sad they're gonna take it off this year, or like it's gonna be done.
Yeah, well, I mean, a show like that only has a limited run.
Well, the writer's pissed. He's like, oh, I had so many ideas. Netflix canceled.
Well, it's the cost of voice acting, Greg.
Who do they have?
They have everybody. They have everybody. They have Alison Brie. They have.
Oh yeah.
Who they have? They have.
Just.
Who's Aaron Paul? Is
Yeah,
that his
Aaron
name?
Paul. So
Yeah.
Aaron Paul did an interview recently, and I can't hear anything but Todd. Like that's Aaron Paul for me.
Freedom comes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And they have Will Arnett,
Oh yeah.
BoJack, and they have what's his name, Mr. Peanut Butter's somebody else. Like everybody on the show, Princess Carolyn is Amy Sedaris.
Is she famous?
Yeah.
I know she's a comedian, but I didn't know she's like super famous.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
She's of the Sedarises.
I don't know what that means.
Her brother is really funny. Like the entire family is really funny.
A family of comedians.
Yeah. The Sedarises.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, it is. Look up Jason Sedaris.
Why does he sound so familiar? What's he in?
He's like a writer.
Help me.
Anyways, so like, it's a really expensive voice acting cast. Like it's like there's a reason why most voice actors are nobodies, right? It's because it's cheap or cheaper, and then you get some guys who can actually get people to watch, like H. John Benjamin, right? Archer
Yeah.
and with Bob's Burgers and all that stuff, right? Where he becomes a draw unto itself. But most of them aren't that.
Well, Archer has a pretty expensive cast, no? It's just the rest
It's
of
pretty,
development.
but yeah, it's not quite as bad. But yes, you're right. They do as well.
Which is Archer is also one of my favorite shows, actually. But like, I don't think, like, I would say for the past 5 years, the best show I've seen on television is, or I guess in general, it's probably Bojack. Probably.
Really? I've never
Have you-
watched it.
It's so good. It's so sad. It's so funny. It's everything.
It is for a show that has a whole bunch of human animal hybrids. It is one of the most human
Yes.
shows on TV.
Interesting.
It's good. It's really.
Guess I'll go watch it.
I
So I
would
think
recommend
that
it. And it's
I
on
think
Netflix, right? So it's easy.
the New York Times did a review and it said that it's the most accurate depiction of depression in any TV show. But it's a comedy.
But it hurts a lot of the time.
Yeah. It's a show about like dealing with loneliness, sadness, but it's so funny. It's really good. There's a lot of animal humor that I'm a big fan of.
Yeah.
And they do a lot
Okay.
of tongue twisters.
Normally, that isn't one of the things that you expect.
I didn't expect you to say that.
But it's so good though. My favorite character is actually probably Mr. Peanut Butter. A lot of people find him annoying actually, but I really like Mr. Peanut Butter.
Yeah.
Or Princess Caroline. But anyway, the show's great. I highly recommend it.
Okay.
I wouldn't binge it because it's
Oh, I can't binge it. Oh, I would just. I die if I binge it.
like you die inside.
I die inside. Yeah.
It's really sad.
Wait, is this a depressing TV show?
It's a comedy.
Is this a comedy of the human condition? Is this what I'm
Yes.
like?
Yes.
Is this what it sounds like?
It literally is the comedy of the human condition.
It's amazing.
It's people trying to change, and society
Sort of.
or life or history does not allow them, and then they get into a rut, and then you see the futility of actions.
You know what I will say? If you enjoyed that, I think you'll enjoy Parasite.
It sounds like a horror film for some reason.
It is not. It is a movie. It's about the class struggle of poor versus rich.
I know which side Jimmy's gonna be on.
The rich side, obviously. I'm actually genuinely interested to know if you take away, so you have people, okay, you have people right now. If you take away everyone's money altogether, and you give everybody $10,000.
Like
Yeah.
communism?
No, like just as a thought.
Universal basic income. What are we
Yeah.
talking
So like let's say you strip away everyone from whatever billions they have down to zero, or
Yep.
whatever zeros you have down to zero.
Okay.
And then you give everybody like $10,000. Will the rich people
Still be rich?
still be rich
Yeah.
if you give
Probably.
them like five more years?
I mean, you would have to strip them of their abilities too, wouldn't you?
Yeah. So if that seems like such a clear cut answer to you, why shouldn't the rich people just rule the world?
Like,
Because-
why shouldn't they?
Yeah.
Because there are poor people who can be rich if given the opportunity.
Okay. What are the chances of that happening versus the?
Okay,
You're playing
so-
a game of probability.
Oh, okay,
Pretty
so
high.
if you
If you
stack-
look at all the startups out there.
if you stack the deck, yeah, exactly. If you stack the deck and say it's like, okay, The
No,
only way.
I mean, like starting fresh, like literally.
How there's no starting fresh. It's like okay, it's like so you don't have any family. You're not allowed to have any family, right? Because family is an unfair advantage.
Sure. Okay. Let's say so you're stripping like out of nepotism. You're taking out nepotism.
Yeah, your business contacts, your
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Right.
I don't know. If you did that, then it would be less clear cut. But if you're just saying money, and make sure that everybody has the same amount of money, we all obviously know that that's like somebody's gonna come out ahead if they already have money, right? They already have contacts. Like with the Soviet Union, whenever the Soviet Union collapsed, why do you think we have all of these oligarchs around the world? It's because these were the people who were connected in the old regime and knew how to work it to their advantage, so that whenever there was a new regime, they were the ones who bought all the companies for like pennies on the dollar, right? I don't know.
I think being rich a lot of times is a consequence or it's a result of opportunity.
Yeah.
And if you're not given that opportunity, you know, obviously some people are given the opportunity and they don't know how to take advantage of it, right? It's the people, the successful people are the ones who, when given the opportunity, know how to take advantage of it. But there are plenty of cases where people just aren't given that opportunity at all.
And there's plenty of opportunities where people are just damn lucky.
No, there's a genuine chance. That's fine, but
right? Like if you're arguing if somebody is rich because, you know, if they're rich, it means they should just rule the world. They should just. Yeah. And the poor people, they're poor because they're just not good enough at being rich. You know, like that's not necessarily true. Like maybe as a result of being poor, they didn't get the education they needed, or the opportunities, or the connections. Instead of arguing, everybody restarts and gets 10,000, or like instead of making that the scenario, I would say if like everybody just died and got reborn as a baby, what would happen? And I think the result is the rich people might not be the rich people that like of today.
What? But your hypothetical doesn't make sense. So, but there would just be new people with nothing. You're just basically starting the world fresh.
Yeah.
And you're saying that
because
there's rest.
Yeah. Because like
there's nothing necessarily intrinsic about a lot of people that makes it.
Yeah.
So
it's the opportunities that they're given through life that, you know, obviously there's genetics involved, right?
Yeah.
You know, if you're a smart dude, you're a smart dude. And if you're a smart dude, you sort of deserve to do better in life, right? Or you're smart and you worked hard. Sure. Let's put it that way.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of people who are really smart.
Yeah. But, you know, like you look at some of the most successful people, you know, they do have a common trait, which is like most of them are like clever in one way or another. Maybe it's not book smart, maybe it's something else, but and like if you say those people, why shouldn't they just rule the world? They probably like already do. You know what I mean? Like they're presidents and they're CEOs and whatever. Right? And like those, there are a lot of exceptional people where if they restarted as a baby, one way or another, they would probably find themselves successful once again. I believe that.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable. And then there's a lot of people who have really good luck. Like even Warren Buffett himself has come out and said, it's like, listen, I'm really fortunate to have been born into a society that values the skills that I bring to the table. If I was out on the savannah, I would have died long time ago.
Yeah, but we're not in the savannah.
No,
but,
exactly.
No, I get that. Like your skills are valuable in specific circumstances. Right?
Sure.
And there are certain skills that are valuable now that may not be valuable before, or may not be valuable in the future. But I just don't understand, or do not appreciate, I suppose, is the better way of saying it. This idea that this trend of vilifying the rich, like the entire Democratic Party on the U.S. election, not the entire, but most of them are.
Well, the thing is in order to get to be as wealthy as a lot of people are, right?
Okay.
There isn't always the most ethical way of getting to that position. That, or there is not a recognition that the only way that as society you can become as wealthy as that is if you have employees who have been educated by a public system, or you have roads that are paid for by the public purse.
Yeah, and then they pay their taxes.
Innocence.
Yeah, but they also use a whole bunch of their money to lobby against paying taxes and to hire high-priced accountants who get them out of paying taxes and engage in a whole bunch of loophole behavior in order to avoid it, right? Have you seen the things that you can do with privately controlled charities in the United States? Holy shit, you can donate money to a charity, right? And you can get it off your books, but it doesn't even have to go onto the charity's books. You can have it in an investment, and it can just sit there accumulating value and not doing a lick of public good, and yet you can get the tax.
Yeah, but it eventually has to go out.
No, it doesn't in the United States right now. It does not.
Wait, that doesn't make any sense. So how is it a charity?
It's not.
Exactly, because it's not.
No, that can't be right.
Yes,
that
it is.
No.
It is, Jimmy. It is. Look into some of this stuff.
Can the person ever take it back?
What's that?
Can the person take it back?
Can they take it back? Well, you know what happens with charities is you donate, you get your name on a hospital wing. You get all of these social goods that are not necessarily monetary goods. However, if you are the person who is trying to, say, get a good, I don't know, say you're a building developer, right? Okay. And you need to get in the good graces of politicians. It's like, how about my charity build a new community center in your ward?
Whoa, okay, whoa. I'm gonna stop you right there. That's good enough.
Oh, yeah. So then all of a sudden you have all of this money that is technically tax-free.
That's right? Good enough for me. That's charity. That helps the community. Yes, did they get a bonus out of it? Yes, absolutely. But that helps the community.
So you think that essentially bribes are a good use of
how is it a
you can
bribe?
get a tax deduction for a bribe.
That's not a bribe.
How is that not a bribe?
That's not a bribe.
How is that not a bribe? It's a quid pro quo. Like, you're the reason, guys like you are the reason why Donald Trump is elected.
Okay.
Holy
first
shit,
of all,
man.
I would not have voted for Trump because he's a fucking idiot. But that's besides.
No, but it's that idea that it's like, it's the sort of refusing to look at it like a pure and simple quid pro quo.
That's not a pure and simple quid pro. There's a third party that gained a significant benefit from it, and that is
no. The thing is it? Okay, so you're saying it's a significant benefit?
Yeah, right? There's a third party that gained a benefit from it. Anytime when you involve a not a prize.
Really?
Yeah. A community.
So Rudy Giuliani got rich in the sort of back dealings between some of the Russian oligarchs and Donald Trump and his inaugural fund, right? Sure. So Rudy made some money. He's a third party, not a quid pro quo.
But Rudy Giuliani is not a community. Like, he's not a charity case.
He seems to think he is. He's working for free.
He's not a charity case. He's not like That's a completely different situation than
Oh,
building a
no,
community
no,
center.
no. The thing is the quid pro quo is the developer gets things fast passed that they otherwise would not have. Right?
And the city gets a community center that they got. Why does everybody need to do this, like, weird?
No, but they're doing it with. Okay, they're getting a personal benefit.
So, I don't think the intention matters in this case. Just, look, if the developer was not going to give them, okay, so okay, first and foremost, I think that entire charity thing is not even a scam. That makes sense to me. I want to dump money into a charity. But also at the same time, it benefits other people.
All right, I'm muted.
Right? That's
Honestly,
charity. Why
No,
does
but the thing is,
I don't know what they're talking about.
As a society,
but at
we
this
get
point,
to
I'm
choose what
too
we
afraid
consider
to interfere.
do this, right?
and society has chosen?
And they're going to be in the process of choosing again.
Yeah. And unfortunately,
And they are being I don't know. I'm just gonna get really annoyed, Jimmy. I'm sorry.
no, that's fine. We have a difference of opinion. That's okay. But like, it seems like Joe Biden is now the front runner. I mean, still is the front runner, and he's the only one that's a moderate. Everybody else, like Warren and Bernie, they would like to vilify the rich, and I think they're doing it at their own detriment. There are people that will follow that, and they're splitting the vote, so that's interesting. But you know, they can do whatever they want. But I don't understand why there's such animosity toward people who have things.
Okay, so how okay, whenever you're saying the rich, like how wealthy are you saying?
Well, first and foremost, there's a like one of the I'm normally not on this train, but I think Bernie said something along the lines of billionaires should not exist. Like, period.
Agree.
That's insane to me. That's absolutely
Why is that?
insane. If you're able to make money, why can't you make money?
You should be allowed to make as much money as you want.
Exactly.
But as society, we should have the ability to say, it's like, okay, what are the conditions that are leading to this accumulation of wealth in the hands of one person?
Okay, and so let's say in 2001, you decided that the rules are X, Y, and Z. I played by the rules of X, Y, and Z. I made $1 billion. And in now 2019, you're saying that I am evil because I follow the rules of X, Y, and Z that you created in 2000. That's what it sounds like to me. Do you see where I'm coming from? Like, there's an inherent, like, I don't want to say this inherent unfairness towards the rich because that's a ridiculous statement. That's a ridiculous statement.
Rich,
but,
the poor rich, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Poor.
But do you see where I'm coming from? Let's say I was following the rules, and then all of a sudden, now the new government is saying the rules unfair.
Yeah, we're not saying that people can't have a stupid amount of money.
That's
We're just-
exactly what.
No. Okay, we're not saying that people can't have a stupid amount of money.
Okay, but $1 billion is not okay.
$1 billion is a ludicrous amount of money.
So if the person makes
No. Okay, so the thing is, if all of that wealth is concentrated in a couple of hands, if it's moved offshore, if it's done all of this stuff, is we have a class of people who basically benefit from all of the goods of our society, but aren't contributing to them
how much do they
in
have
an
to
equitable
contribute?
way. What's that?
How much do they have to contribute? How much should they contribute? Like, when is it enough?
When is it enough?
Yeah.
Well,
Is-
okay,
is-
it'll
is
be
30%
enough, okay, whenever it'll be enough when we don't have like kids going hungry every night, right?
But
It'll
that's
be
not
enough
Their
whenever
fault. Why should they pay for that?
it's not their fault.
Yeah. Like, you can't blame rich people for unemployment. It's just like how people can't. Okay, I would equate. I feel like I'm going to anger you on this, but it's like how every time when the economy is bad, people blame immigrants, right? I think that's just as ludicrous.
That is stupid. Exactly, it is
Yeah.
completely stupid.
I know, I agree. Like, people want a scapegoat, right? Like, I think it's absolutely
The
ridiculous.
rich.
Yeah, and now the rich people are the scapegoat.
Yeah, and rightfully so for creating a system.
How? I just fully disagree.
That's okay.
And it seems like
Good talk,
there's a
Good talk.
crazy split.
I didn't know when to come in here because I don't have anything of value to contribute.
But don't you think it's interesting? Like, there
What's
is
interesting?
Don't I
The-
think what's interesting?
there's a sudden, like, hatred towards the rich.
It's not
and-
sudden. Oh, you think this is sudden?
I don't think it's sudden, Jimmy. I think it's
think
always
it's
been
sudden?
there, and just with the rise of social media,
Maybe it's becoming more prevalent.
it's more apparent. You go backwards and you watch movies, you know, it's the rich that's villainized. I don't think it's very sudden.
Light.
You think about all the villains of any movie, and even just like stupid movies, like Austin Powers, you know, like it's the
Okay.
rich,
Okay, so Jimmy,
it's
you were
the
the one
Jews, is the
who
whatever.
who said, okay, that morals shouldn't have. What was it? It was like morals shouldn't have anything to do with the economy,
Yeah.
right? And you're wondering why people who believe in morals think that people who think like you do are evil.
But you can
No,
make
but you can
yeah.
see
Sure, no, yeah,
why you would think that people who think that way would think people who think your way
Okay.
are evil. Not like
I-
in the right. You can
Yeah,
see
no,
that.
no, I see that. Yeah.
Okay, so then you're wondering why people villainize the rich.
I'm wondering why people significant portions vilify me, and that became a campaign.
Because shit has gotten really bad for a lot of people. It's okay. People don't vilify the rich when times are good. Shit, man.
I don't think it's their fault.
What's that?
I
You
don't think it's their fault.
Okay, even if you don't think it's their fault, what do you think could be done about it?
About what?
About the state of things.
So I don't.
He thinks
I-
the poor people should just stay poor and
No.
die off. Natural
Probably.
selection at work.
Right? It's like we don't have the scary communists anymore, right? Because whenever we had the scary communists,
I think what they should do is.
then the rich people were saying it's like, oh, we have to throw people a bone here and now, or else they will eat us. That is the natural way of things, right?
Yeah.
The
No, I
some
get that.
people have a lot of money,
That's
and
what revolutions are, right? Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
So
unless
if we don't want to
unless
have a
you-
revolution, if we don't want to have social unrest, then
Unless
maybe
you follow the dictator's handbook, make your poor and tired, and they have to focus on your basic living needs, then they would not uprise. But that's okay. Like that's obviously that's
and so
that's
you can
immoral,
see why
and
people
you
would
can't
think
do
that some of the people who think that way are evil.
I'm not saying you should do that. That's obviously the extreme of that.
Okay,
solution.
okay, but you can see why you're not saying it, but some people are saying it. And you can see why there might be some people who think, hey, do we want these people in our society?
I just don't. The only big sentence that I have, or big, I guess like a, what would you even call it? Like a voice playback. Like you know how they just take that line and keep playing back on. That I think it's Bernie Sanders who said it. That we shouldn't have
we shouldn't
billionaires.
have,
Period.
we shouldn't have billionaires, period. I agree with that
I
sentiment.
think we should. People make an honest living.
What good is there in having billionaires?
Good for whom? Because I would argue that the person with the billionaire has a billion reasons why he wants to be a billionaire.
To be a billionaire? Okay, what is the difference? Okay, what is the difference between a billionaire and somebody with 800 million? What difference?
I think
goes on in
Jimmy's
their life?
answer.
It's going to be $200 million.
It's 200 million.
Okay, but what does that do for their life?
Why does it have to be for their life? Can he just pass it down to his children? And their 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 children?
Have you seen what happens to kids who inherit that much money? You must have gone to school with
Yeah,
some
but
of them.
that's a completely separate issue, I would think.
Yeah,
You think that's a completely separate issue?
I agree that's a completely separate issue, but also at the same time, I think the person should be free to make that decision for themselves. Who is the government to come in and take the money of the billionaire who made that money pursuant to the rules that were created by the government? Like, that doesn't sound democratic to me at all.
No?
Like, a bunch of people...
Oh, it sounds incredibly democratic.
A bunch of people got together, decided to make some... And then, now that's benefit.
Yeah.
No,
that sounds incredibly democratic to me.
No, fuck that.
No, it doesn't sound necessarily like the rule of law. It doesn't sound particularly fair, but it does sound particularly democratic. Right? I mean, democracy.
I guess
is
if
the rule
you
of
argue
the people.
that, yeah, I guess if you argue that people's minds have changed and democracy
It's
now
not
active.
not even as times have changed. This is the argument against democracy for the longest time, right? Is that
Which is-
the unwashed mob will take over.
May the darkness spare you.
Right?
Don't ever give up.
I don't know, man.
No, it's okay. So, are you one of the people who believes that all taxation is theft?
No, I believe that I believe that taxation is required for the government to promote good behaviors and detract from bad behaviors. I think taxation is absolutely necessary for wealth distribution as well.
Okay.
Like, I'm not saying that we shouldn't. All taxation is theft. I think that's a ridiculous statement. Like, you rely on social services. Social services have helped create people who may not have the opportunity to make that $1 billion, right? Like, I believe that everybody should be given an opportunity to make $1 billion. That's what I believe. I'm more libertarian than conservative, but I'm also not like, I'm somewhere in the middle. I'm floating somewhere, but I'm definitely conservative and libertarian than liberal. What I don't believe in is like forced wealth distribution when it fits the state. What I don't believe in is government interfering with capitalism when it doesn't have to.
Capitalism doesn't exist without governments, so.
I don't disagree with that,
Right?
because capitalism.
The only reason why capitalism works is because we have courts and we have, right? Because we have laws and we have a government who will.
Free reign capitalism just doesn't work in general, because people go crazy, right? But the government shouldn't be coming in and then choosing which industry that should thrive. Like,
Oh, I will agree with that completely.
but that's what's happening with environmental industries, right? Like, and like, I don't know, I'm just gonna pick a random, like carbon tax, for example. That is the government choosing thrive. Now, it's an emergency. It's an emergency, and I'll give the government that. I would say it's justified. I don't like it personally. I think it's a stupid policy, but I see them acting, and I'm okay with this action. I disagree with the consequence of it, but I appreciate the intention. You know what I mean? Like,
You lost me, buddy.
Yeah.
At least can we agree that the carbon tax itself, like just as an example, is the government picking and choosing which industry can thrive?
No, what I see it as is the government identifying a negative externality of the behavior of, well, of us all, and placing a cost, an economic cost upon that externality.
I feel like that's just a nice way of saying what I just said.
What's that?
That's just a nice way of saying what I just said.
Yeah, so it's
The fossil fuel industry was very valuable to us to provide energy while we were a developing country. And now we realize that we no longer need, and in fact fossil fuel is actually damaging our environment.
Yeah.
We decided to
do something about it.
Yeah, we decided to single them out and say that, look, you cannot
No, but it
make
isn't
any
just
money.
fossil. It
Like,
is no. It is not
your
just
industry's dead now.
No.
Please, switch to something else.
But it's not the whole idea of the carbon, any sort of carbon taxation, right? It isn't
Or
just
cost on carbon, or whatever they want.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's everything in the economy that is affected by it.
But
right?
who is affected by it the most?
It's any sort of industry is going to be affected by it, right?
Right, but
Anybody who sends carbon into the atmosphere.
But who's affected by it the most?
Who's affected by it the most?
Yeah.
Probably heavy industry.
But would that be considered singling out? Like,
I would consider it singling out. Look, I'm not disagreeing with it. I think
It's like, okay, you guys are causing the big problem. Oh no, we're singled out.
I think something needs to be done. I'm not disagreeing with it. I'm just saying that this is an example of government intervention singling out an industry and then attacking it. It's fine. I mean, that's just the reality of it. Like, I don't think capitalism can run wild. Shit happens, and like crazy shit happens. Like, who's that fucking guy that bought all the patents to the drug? Yeah, Scully. That's capitalism running wild and then causing a problem, right? You corner the market, charge whatever he wants for a life-saving drug.
hold on, I'm gonna back out for a second. This is a bit of a tangent, or not? Maybe not a tangent. Or here's an example.
Of what?
Singling out an industry.
Okay.
Gun violence.
Okay.
People are getting killed by guns. And there is a hate towards, why isn't there more enforcement on guns, blah, blah, blah. That would be considered singling out an industry, right?
Sure.
Is that wrong?
Is it? No, I don't think it's wrong. But it is a example of putting control on capitalism and singling out industry. Yeah.
So
But
is that different from the carbon tax?
A little bit, because I would say the
Right, maybe they're not a
it's not as-
direct. It's more
Yeah,
of like we need to address it on a larger scope, maybe. Right, like the environment itself, but it's like I'm guessing there's some sort of 50-year plan, and let's start with step one. Would that be considered as singling out an industry, or just starting with the plan ahead of time? Like someone's getting singled out, right? You can't just say, okay, everybody in existence, we're taxing everybody for everything.
Here's the problem with that, because the government is not going to stay in power. So somebody comes in and reverses everything. Then
we just saved the world.
well, people don't see it that way, right? Like, that's not how you can spin a single action power. Like, for example, I can argue that like the carbon tax is actually making it harder for my day-to-day living. It's increasing the prices of gas on my vehicle, and it's expensive.
Yeah.
Like,
And you're
why
getting
should
a
I?
rebate.
Am I?
Yeah, you are.
Are you sure I'm getting a rebate?
File your taxes.
I'm a business owner. I own my own business.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
what's my carbon tax rebate? Like $500?
Yeah.
That's not enough.
Why?
Like
Why not?
$2,000 on gas.
Okay, then you should be paying for other things that will help other people reduce their carbon emissions if you don't want to reduce yours. If you're spending $2,000 on gas in a year. Well, it's not even $2,000 in gas. You're not spending the incremental difference between. Come on, the difference in the carbon tax. Between no carbon tax and the carbon tax is not.
So I pay for premium gas.
Okay.
And the carbon tax on that, I think, was according to the little sticker that's on the gas station, put in there by the Conservative Party.
Really? Is it actually?
Yeah. They actually put stickers in every.
They put in stickers.
Yeah.
Go figure that the premier, who is still the managing director and owner of a adhesive company, put stickers on everything. That was their answer to things.
I thought that was actually hilarious and a little petty, but not a little petty. It's extremely petty, but hilarious.
What was petty? Hold on.
That there's stickers on all of the
gas stations.
Gas station.
Every
pumps.
single gas station pump actually has a little sticker that says like the carbon tax is going to cost you like this much money. I thought that was hilarious. But
Okay.
anyway, so
I mean, that's like a silent protest, or not very silent. It's a protest.
Not silent. Pretty over the top. But anyways, yeah.
and they're changing all the plates to blue, which I actually like because they look pretty good. I don't
Okay.
like the white.
Keep going. Where are you going with this?
Anyway, so I was gonna say, so
Alright, so in your premium gas, how much are you paying?
I think it's an extra like 30 or 40 cents a liter for the carbon tax.
Okay, so and your trust and have you done any research on the veracity of this number?
Nope, I'm gonna Google that right now.
Okay, because I would hazard a guess that the group that is putting this onto a sign might have an axe to grind.
Oh,
Maybe.
yeah, for sure.
Maybe. So they might
A worthy
say,
opponent.
okay, this isn't all the carbon tax. This might be some tax that might have already been on said gasoline before it was called the carbon tax. Maybe. Possibly.
Okay, but sure, whatever. And you're just saying it's a lot. That's basically what you're
That's
saying,
a
right?
lot. Why should I pay for that?
Why,
I need my
why
car to
should
get to
you
work.
pay for it? No, you don't.
I'm sorry.
What's that? There are lots of ways to get to work that don't involve a car.
I don't know about that one. You know,
I know,
maybe
not
for.
I'm not saying that you shouldn't. I'm just saying is that there are various ways besides single vehicles.
So I'm being punished.
You're not being punished for anything.
You know what I will say though?
No, you're paying for convenience.
Am I being punished for buying a car? Like,
No, you're just paying for it. The punishment?
no, I paid for the car.
You paid for a nice car.
Yes,
Paid more for that
So-
nice car.
I wanted that nice car.
And
Okay,
I
it's nice,
suspect
and-
you're gonna
and-
continue
and
paying a lot
totally
for a nice
still
car.
to have that nice car. Nobody's gonna take your car away from you. I'm not advocating taking your car away from you.
But the government's jacking up my gas price,
You know what I will say?
and I'm not okay with that.
It's not that an industry has been singled out, I think. It's that
It's
you
a
feel like
lifestyle.
you've been singled out. A lifestyle has been singled out.
It's a lifestyle that's been singled out, for sure, for sure.
What's the lifestyle that's been singled out?
People who drive more gas guzzling cars.
But
I mean, those are the
Okay.
people who would naturally be, you know, more upset when it comes
Yeah,
to
I don't have a gas guzzling car. I just have a nice car. I think
a nice car that takes premium.
but it doesn't
gas.
take more gas. Like I'm doing
It's
10,
it's
12, 400. That's basically
So
an old
is,
car.
is,
Are
a
you-
pre-
are you
is a
saying-
premium gas more gas efficient?
Yes.
So
It-
why do you need to
it's
pay a
not that
carbon
that's-
tax for premium gas if is it better
It's
for the
not-
environment?
It's not,
Not
necessarily
necessarily more.
Like,
no,
Like it's a bit of a dumb question, but you know,
like if I
you would
the-
think
the-
premium means, you know, it's better overall for
No, it's still the same. It's just how much. Yeah.
It's the amount of ethanol in the gas that makes ethanol inefficient, but it's a cheap additive that doesn't really hurt your engine, but is also an energy, but it's inefficient. So premium gas usually have less to no ethanol as an additive in their gas. So you can technically, in theory, run longer on a single tank. I don't know if that's like actually true, but scientifically that's supposed to make sense. But there's obviously a lot of different factors, right? Like the temperature outside, whether or not you're blasting the heat in your car, etc., etc. But in general, you get a little bit more mileage out of your premium gas, but it's mostly negligible.
Remember, we do this.
If that makes sense.
To be honest, after all that, how long has it been? Like 40 minutes
been a long
of
time.
conversation. All I got out of it was that Jimmy
Gas.
doesn't like to pay more for gas.
I don't like to pay more for anything. I don't understand why I should pay more.
I think that's fair. And I think that's a natural reaction to have.
So, like, what I want to do now, taxes, I'm going to start a business on the side, and it doesn't need to make money, and all it needs to make sure that it loses money, so I'm going to go and, like, buy a Porsche or whatever as a side business, open a YouTube channel, make money, and then, or quote-unquote,
You're gonna make money? Because the thing is, if you don't make money in a business for a couple of years, the CRA will classify it as not a business
Yeah,
anymore.
but they can't deem it, and I'm a tax, so I'm going to
What's
take
that?
They can't deem it. It's the intention. I have to intend to make money. And if I continue to intend to make, and I will obviously make every effort to, I am able to deduct that loss from that Porsche against my income.
So here's where I'm gonna go ahead and say you're using clever use of rules, right? That's been created in the past.
Correct.
Here's where I would go and say maybe those rules should be changed.
No, it shouldn't.
Why not?
Why not?
Because when I am able
I don't
to
think you should be punished for it right now.
change it.
You know, I think just if
No, hold on,
people
hold on.
don't use it for its purpose.
Like here's my big thing about it is like when I am finally able to, I finally have the knowledge and the means to take advantage of these rules. All of a sudden, like people want to change it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, because you're too slow, bud. You were born at the wrong time. I'm sorry.
By the time
I'm gonna go conservative.
The meta has changed,
Exactly.
I completely
meta's-
understand.
and rich people have been nerfed.
I'll help you.
Like I completely understand the
There you go. Thanks for bringing this back to reality.
Yeah, we're
man.
bringing it back to PoE because you know it's,
That's
I,
insane.
I didn't know when we can bring it back. I think this is the time.
Bye bye.
I don't know, man.
You kill
I will be conservative as long as.
No, it's like it's clever use of rules, but you
It's
yourself
not-
just said you took advantage of it because that's not what it was meant for.
It is
right?
what it's meant.
They had good
No,
intentions,
And
but it
and
ended
they-
up going towards something else.
That's arguing in bad faith to say that that's what it was intended for.
It's what it's meant for. Allow people without worry. And I intend to start a business.
It-
Yeah.
So that's where I'm gonna go ahead and like, if you're wondering when people get hated for it, because, you know, it's like I purposely took advantage of something, or someone might feel
everyone-
someone.
Hold on. Everyone can take advantage of it.
You say
It
that.
doesn't make me any.
I don't know if that's necessarily true.
I think at that point you're going down to game theory, like economic game theory. If everybody takes advantage of something, at the end of the day, everybody loses. At least that's what standard game theory says.
I'm okay with that. That's fair.
Everybody.
But
losing?
if everybody's gonna lose, maybe you should just turn it off.
Change the game.
Yeah, maybe you should just reload. You know,
If
maybe you
everybody
lower the
loses, that's
difficulty
fair.
if everybody's losing. Like, I don't blame the people. I don't hate the people that, you know, use rules cleverly to not pay taxes or whatever. I don't oppose to that. But I think if it's being taken advantage of, maybe it should change.
Okay, everything gets taken advantage of.
The most reasonable thing anybody has said tonight.
All the time.
Everything does get taken advantage of, and honestly, it at the end of the day just comes down to maybe there's not enough clarity. You know, people just don't realize it. People don't point it out, or not enough people care. Not enough people are affected.
Here's what I realized. It's very, very to make a general period, and that's what the government tries to do all the time, right?
A what?
That's fair. Make a very general rule. Like
Yes.
you can't drive past the speed limit, right? For just something random. But you have to constantly carve out exceptions, and that's what the court system is for.
Every league, someone's gonna break the game, okay? And next league,
And we have to
someone
rebalance
GGG's
it,
gonna
yeah.
rebalance and nerf it. Why
Yes,
are we not
but-
rebalancing real life?
Here's the thing, right? You can quit the game.
Ooh.
You can quit the game.
But you cannot quit real life. So, you know.
So if anything, it means that we need to be rebalancing real life so much more.
Blessings.
I wholly disagree. Like, what if someone spends 50 years of their life trying to follow the rules so that they can be successful, and then on the 51st
So that they
year,
can be successful. Oh no.
yeah, and then on the 51st year they change the rule. How's that?
Then that's life.
I think if the rule has been changed, at that point, a lot of
Wait,
people
so-
have already been successful.
Hold on. So that's life arcade. So I'm just gonna take this slightly adjacent with your mentality here, Curtis, and apply it to China in general.
Okay.
But that's life for the Uyghurs. But do you see that line of logic? It does not make
What?
sense.
I don't
That's
see the
life.
line of
I
logic.
don't
What was
see- I
the
don't see
what
the line
was
of logic.
So that's the status quo. Everybody in China is okay with it, and the only people that are not okay with it is
Are the people who are
obviously
being
subjected.
massacred?
Yeah. No, I'm not saying it's right, but you apply that.
So the people who are being killed are not okay with it.
So
But everybody else is okay with it.
yeah, everybody else is
what you're
okay
saying?
with it. Yeah.
Oh, everybody else is okay with the genocide that's happening. So it's okay.
So is the issue or the bottom line the imbalance? Like the rich can be vilified because they have power, whereas the Uyghurs cannot
No,
be
it's
vilified.
no. Nobody should be vilified for having power. It's what the decisions that people make with it and the things that they do with it that they should be vilified.
But morality is gray. You just because you said
Just because you say that morality is gray, and just because I say that there are a lot of grays, doesn't mean that there's some morality that's a lot more in one direction than another. And it isn't to say that as a larger community, there's no such thing.
So who decides what's right or well? Like this is
It's
a
a
really
collective
philosophical. But like who decides what's right or wrong?
Who decides?
Yeah. Is
Not you or I, certainly.
But I can decide what's right for me, right? Is that
well,
fair
I
enough?
guess
to say?
according to democracy,
Okay.
the majority decides, right?
Exactly, right? The majority decides what's right or wrong. So in this case, maybe I don't know what's going to be the outcome of the American election, but let's say if Trump wins, is the majority deciding that we want someone like Donald Trump in the office with his I don't know.
I don't think that's necessarily how it works.
Technically, the majority didn't decide because he didn't get the popular vote.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. But he didn't lose the popular vote that much. In terms of percentage, I think it's
I mean, honestly,
3%?
based on how America has been acting, I wouldn't be surprised if the majority decided. You know, like based on how many instances of just
I think the electoral
racism
college-
and
Look,
I wouldn't be surprised if the majority wanted Trump.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to be honest. But is morality set by people who voted, like in a democracy?
I think Curtis has a point when he's saying it's a bad situation when the government is vilifying the rich, because that probably means there are more people, you know.
But isn't that what's happening in the States when?
There are more people. There are more people who are in a worse off state than there were before. Otherwise, why would your campaign go that way?
Well, it's resonating with certain types of people.
I would assume it's resonating with a lot more people than before.
For sure, but he's not the front runner. So, and even on the Democratic side, he's not. So, on the left side, I should say. Democratic's not the
But
right
what's interesting is like, this is basically how communism spawned in China.
I don't think there's communism bad with rule. I just think every country has.
No, that's how communism became to be. If you look at the history of China, you know, in the 1900s, the emperors ruled, and they had everything. In the 1920s and 30s, basically the Republicans ruled, and then the Republicans got really rich, I suppose, or actually no, the poor people got really poor. I don't think Republicans necessarily got very rich. And then there was a revolution. So, I'm. It's kind of interesting because it's kind of history is happening again, right? In a way.
I
like
read
it is a cycle, right?
Yep. There's nothing new under the sun, right? I read that there hasn't been a single successful revolution in the past like 2 decades without a coup from the military branch.
At the end of the day, I think that this is just a natural cycle of history. Like, this was bound to happen eventually.
What do you mean?
A couple days ago, someone quoted something. What did he say?
What's bound to happen? Actually, like the rising of the middle, or I guess,
or like
masses, I should say.
The masses hating on the upper class. What was it? Capitalism spawns peace. Peace spawns socialism. Socialism spawns revolt or something like that. And revolt spawns capitalism. Or like, no, socialism spawns. What's it go?
Something spawns something.
Fuck it, I forget.
Anyhow, gentlemen, I'm looking at the time. I am up way too late.
That was an interesting conversation.
It was a little
I
bit.
have no
Might have
idea
got
what
a
I
little
just
bit
talked
riled
about.
up.
What I listened to, I actually wasn't talking much. I was just listening to you guys.
What
Literally,
you
I
said
didn't
was
know
really
when to step
profound.
in and take us away from this.
Wait, so your quote sounded really profound until you were like, wait, I don't think that's
I
what
fucked
said.
it up,
I would've-
and
I
that
would've
just
thought-
ended everything. And
I
you know
would've thought
what?
that. I would have thought that. I was like, that's pretty deep. Like, and then I'm like, wait, that doesn't make any sense.
What is he saying? What is he
Yeah,
saying?
what are you trying to say?
What are you saying even? No.
Yeah, I gotta go to work. All right, later, people.
Right.
Good
Bye.
night. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. Every time the discussion gets political, I get extremely afraid because First of all, it's a divisive issue. And, you know, politics itself is just, it's a sensitive issue to everybody. And people get heated about it. And it's something that I don't really want to bring. So, or at least bring up in this channel. So I'm sorry. But listening to them was very entertaining. It's not like I don't have any skin in the game, you know. But at the end of the day, I don't know how to think either. So it's just like, I don't know, I'm just gonna listen to it. And at this point, I'm like too afraid to stop them. I don't want to leave the channel either, because I don't know. It's I suppose meaningful conversation at the end of the day. Some people aren't gonna like it. And I know, I'm sure there's some of you who are listening in who are either taking a side or just, I don't want to hear this bullshit. So I apologize. I really do. It's not something that should necessarily be here, I think. And I kind of forgot about that, so sorry. On the other hand, while they were talking, I managed to do like a whole lot of progression. So I'm pretty close to Act 10 Katava, right? Technically, I have everything I need to do Act 10 Katava. I still need to do the Merciless Labyrinth, so probably next episode, I'm gonna go get the last trial. I didn't realize I missed the trial in Act 9. I'm gonna get the last trial, and then we're gonna get our Merciless Ascendancy, kill Katava. Hopefully we can do that in one day, or in one episode. And then go right into maps. I'm surprised. I'm still alive. Admittedly, I haven't been spawning that many Metamorphs. I don't think if you guys noticed. It's not something that I really pay attention to, because I want to collect all the samples first before actually spawning. And by the time I get to the end, I forget. I forget to spawn it. So let's do one more. Volatiles, scary. Lunging strike, whatever. Desecrated charge, whatever. Gilded ring, glimmering spray. Oh, I want the card actually. Let's go with that. It got really late, and that conversation went really long. I can't help but apologize for that. I am sorry. Oh my god, what is that? I see volatiles. I'm a simple man. I see volatiles, I run. What is that stuff? I don't want to be there either. Okay. This is pretty scary. I'm gonna summon a golem there. Hopefully he triggers the volatile stuff. Oh god. There's just so much stuff on the screen. He's only at half HP, dude. These metamorphs are insane. Oh, let's avoid that. Almost ran right into it again. Okay.
I believe in traveling light.
Oh, that was pretty good. We managed to survive that too. Did I end up finding the teardrop? You have found the teardrop. Perfect. Let's take the life belt. Alright, that's probably where I'm gonna call it an episode. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you didn't, you know, hate the politics, go easy on me. I understand. At the end of the day, though, you know, I'm in very close to Act 10. Thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, as always, you can leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more updates in the future. Otherwise, keep in touch, guys. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.